This is the Iowa Weather Report for Saturday, November 16th, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run. This is at noon today. We have some energy with a trough beginning to dig in across the west. This energy is going to start to kick out in two pieces later today into Sunday. The first piece will likely bring us some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder to the state during the afternoon hours. There's a chance that some of the early round storms could be isolatedly severe. Otherwise, it'll be mainly rain with highs in the 50s and 60s. But it's this system, the second low, coming in early Sunday morning. It'll be at Sunday at midday in far northwest Illinois. Still could bring some showers and thunderstorms through the early afternoon hours as well. When we take a look at the severe weather threat, this is for today, Saturday. There's a slight risk of severe weather for a good deal of the state of Iowa, mainly eastern and central Iowa into Illinois and northern Missouri and far southwestern Wisconsin. When we take a look at the outlooks, this is the tornado outlook for mainly tonight, and even today, in fact. The chances fairly minimal across Iowa, Illinois, even down into the mid-south near Memphis. But here's the damaging wind outlook. This is one of the main threats. The standard 15% area in Iowa, Illinois, northern Missouri. That's likely going to be with the strong gusty winds. It'll be fairly gusty and windy today. And the damaging hail outlook, the large hail outlook, roughly the same area. A little bit more of central Illinois was trimmed from that, as the hail threat will likely be mainly in far northwestern Illinois, eastern Iowa, and northern Missouri. So let's take a look at some parameters. This is the Cape. This is at 6 p.m. this evening, and you can see the Cape values kind of a bit minuscule. 500 joules per kilogram in central and southeast Iowa, better near Kansas City. But then when we move ahead to 9 a.m. Sunday morning, the Cape values are much stronger. This is off the NAM, and you can see we have Cape values moving into Illinois of over 1,200 to 1,500 joules per kilogram. When we go back to 6 p.m. on this evening, here's the surfaced 850 millibar bulk shear. You can see the levels are about 30 to 40, 50 knots. That will be fairly good for some updrafts. And even at 9 a.m. Sunday morning, it still will be sufficient for some updrafts right along the Mississippi River into neighboring Wisconsin and Illinois, where some very nasty severe weather is likely on Sunday to the east of the state. When we go back to the helicity, this is the helicity values. You can see they're at 6 p.m. this evening. They look pretty good. That'll mean we could see some turning of the atmosphere. We'll have some decent shear around. And this is at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. You can see the better shear numbers, or the better helicity, I should say, is now starting to move east of the state, right along the Mississippi River. So the best chance looks to be between about 6 p.m. to about 9 a.m. at that point. Now, when we take a look here, this is the 6 p.m. this evening, the Energy Helicity Index. You can see anything above a 1 is considered significant, and as you can see, there's nothing over 1 in Iowa, some over around Kansas City down to Wichita. And then we move ahead to 3 a.m. We start to get a little bit of EHI levels over 1 into southern Iowa, better numbers near Joplin, Fort Smith, Arkansas, east of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then when we move ahead to 9 a.m. Sunday morning, we have EHI values about 1 east of about the Independence to Cedar Rapids to Keokuk line, with the better numbers well over 2 and in fact approaching 3 in west central Illinois. But heading back to the GFS and heading back to the forecast, unfortunately on Monday that storm is long gone. Cold air is coming down. It'll feel like winter again after a bout of severe weather, with highs back into the upper 30s to mid to upper 40s. And then Tuesday, that high pressure begins to move off to the east. Winds switch around to the south and west. That's after a cold morning Tuesday morning, with lows likely in the teens to lower 20s, highs back into the 40s to near 50. But Wednesday, we have a disturbance moving through that could kick off a shower, especially in the northern counties. It will begin to fill in Wednesday night into Thursday. Still fairly warm with highs in the upper 40s to mid 50s. And you can see that system moves off here on Thursday, and cold air starts to come in behind it. A little bit of snow activity in the Black Hills and into Wyoming and northern Colorado, but it'll be fairly cloudy around then. Then we have this system. A new system begins to form south of us. As high pressure tries to nose its way in, the northern periphery of the system to the south could kick some rain and or snow showers Friday. And as the system begins to move off, you can see the energy near about Texarkana, Texas, as it begins to become more neutral. There's still some energy around, but we'll be on the far northern periphery of this, so we could see some rain, and with the 540 line close by, some of the rain could be snow, rain, snow, sleet, but a lot of the activity is going to be in the south, where there could be, if this is right, some very nasty weather down there. Going into the extended period, here's the big travel day, Wednesday the 27th, the day before Thanksgiving. We have some energy moving across southwestern Iowa into northwestern Missouri with a kind of a wavy pattern. Another system moving into the west, and this, with some cold air around, could bring us some significant snow, a few inches possible if this is right. Big storm off the Canadian Maritimes, another one moving into the Pacific Northwest. And then at the end of the forecast, on the 1st of December, we have a cutoff feature moving through the southern stream. It'll be over Oklahoma and Texas, the northern branch near the U.S.-Canadian border. And with this could bring some active weather from Missouri down to Arkansas, Louisiana, and cold air aloft could bring some rain or sleet in the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle. But don't take this too handily, because this was the same time, December 1st, 12 hours prior. This was the 12Z run yesterday, and it showed much colder weather with a big high pressure coming down from Canada. So confidence in the solution on the 1st of December is not looking too good. Satellite image from last evening, we had some clouds moving into New England with a few showers there. The system beginning to gather some cloudiness and strength over the south and west, and also over the Pacific Northwest as well. Taking a look at the watch morning map from last evening, we had some winter weather issues across New Mexico, Colorado, up into the northern Rockies and the Cascades. Some wind advisories there as well. Otherwise, it's fairly quiet elsewhere. QPF chart, the precipitation over the next 5 days through Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock, showing rainfall amounts could be very spotty, maybe from about 1/10 of an inch in the west to over an inch in the east, but it's all dependent on where thunderstorms form with this system upcoming.